BikeSport Radio, moving along. Our next feature, we're going to have a product review. We got a product review coming up right now on cat ears, and following that, we'll have some sounds live from Roger Milliken. So, Robert, how's it going? We got cat ears you want to talk about? Tell us about cat ears.
Cat ears. Well, started out, I was on Facebook one day doing what I was doing during recovery, which was sitting around getting fat. And I got this weird window pop up, and it says cat ears, and I'm like, cat ears? What the heck is cat ears? And take a look, and there's a helmet with some really cool covers on it, and I thought, interesting. My interest is piqued. So I clicked on the page and went to their website and checked them out, and I thought, I gotta try this. This is some interesting stuff. This company, and you can check it out online if you're following along here. It's CAT, C-A-T dash ears, E-A-R-S, and they've come up with a way to do two things, kill two birds with one stone. Basically, let's save our hearing and offer us some protection in the winter, in the cold day rides when you don't really want to wear a headband. Like especially with me, my helmet's like, I'm that odd size helmet where getting a helmet to fit right is a challenge, and sticking anything up in between the helmet and my head is going to just irritate me for hours. So I went online, checked out the products, and I thought, got to get those. The product I got was called the ear cover, and they have a whole selection of different things here, but their goal is to cut down on the amount of wind noise that goes through our straps of our helmet, between our ears and our helmet straps. And what they did is they actually studied the ear of a cat. And they found that on cat ears themselves, there's a little ridge of fur that actually allows them to hear very well, but at the same time, the wind noise and other noises that go through their ears
dampens the wind noise and protects their hearing.
Exactly, and so protects their hearing.
So don't pull those ear hairs out then that you've got.
You want to shave. You don't want to shave those. Trim those too much.
I heard something. I remember hearing or reading something about hearing loss, even when cyclists, because at speeds with the wind going by your ear, even though it doesn't sound that loud, it buffets your eardrum, and I think it can actually cause hearing loss.
Well, if you actually go on the website, they have all the research there that they've read about, and a lot of the same information we've heard. Wind noise that it's kind of like with motorcyclists as well. Most of them now are starting to wear earplugs and whatnot inside because of that wind noise. Actually, over a period of time, does start damaging your hearing. Wow. And
so that's not for the exhaust noise. Those plugs are for the actual wind noise. It's actually
for the wind noise. And you'll notice most of the better helmets, each of these little holes we have in our helmets now actually create wind turbulence and create noise. So believe it or not, you think, well, I'm only doing 10 or 15 miles per hour. How much wind is there really? The next time you're out on your ride and you're not using earbuds, just ride a stretch at 15 miles per hour, go back and ride that same stretch in the same direction, but this time just like put your finger right up to the front of one side of your ears, and you'll definitely you'll hear a difference. That wind actually...
I can hear it right here in the studio. There must be a lot of wind in the studio coming from both of us talkers.
I was going to say, there's a lot of hot air on that side over there. But they show you how they tested it, and they actually did it stationary with a fan, so the speed and everything was consistent. And they showed that there was definitely a sound drop by doing it. And I don't want to get into all the technical stuff because there's pages on their website here that shows all the data that they found out. So, and they can give you all the decibel readings for different things around you, so you can take a look.
So what do these things actually look like? Do they look like earmuffs?
Here's one right here. The ones that I brought in the studio are called the ear covers, and if you look on the helmet, I have it. You can see how they're set up.
Oh, I see.
This particular one I got because I was riding in the cold, and it does two things. It dampens the wind noise, and at the same time keeps my ears warm. And here's the kicker. Here's what I love about these. While it's covering up your ear and you're keeping the cold air from really coming in, gushing through your ear, I can still get my glasses through there. I can still get my earbuds in there if I wanted them, and I can't do that with a regular head ear warmer that you stick under your helmet.
That's right.
Too tight.
Because they're tight. And
So-
these hang on the straps and gives you a little space. And
Right. There's definitely room. There's enough. You can make a little bit of a pocket. Now, the downside with making that pocket, however, is that you've got a little bit of air leakage that will seep through it. But
Right.
it's still a huge improvement over just without anything versus, with it. And I started doing some testing going, let me try this. I actually left one on the helmet, took one off, and I could tell the difference. I actually started getting a little off balance.
Yep.
So, and as a motorcycle rider myself, I know that the smoother shelled helmets, which are the hotter helmets because they don't have a lot of ventilation, are very quiet in the air. But once you get a helmet with different vents on the top and on the sides and whatever, they tend to get noisy. You can really hear the turbulent noise going over the shell. These little guys, even when it's hot, I've still got them on the helmet. And it's just, it's actually, the noise it's not completely gone, but it definitely takes some of that high frequency away. And it's a little more comfortable. And especially if you're in the saddle for a long day on a windy day, God,
Yeah.
that can get
Some
annoying
of those
after a while.
windy desert rides for sure, like the hotter than hell 100 in Texas, the Eastern Sierra double century, things like that. But I just held one of these over my ear for you listeners out in the studio. I just held one of these over my ear while we're talking here, and there's no noticeable hearing loss. It doesn't block any of your ability to hear.
And that's actually one thing they say on the website. It actually it allows you to hear more noises from behind. Whereas when you have that wind noise coming forward, as you're riding along, you're hearing that noise. You won't hear those cars sneak up behind you. Whereas with this thing, you're blocking that front noise, that noise coming from the wind. Now you can actually hear more what's coming up behind you.
Also, if you're in a road race or a mountain bike cross-country race, you'll be able to better hear your opponent attacking you from behind, and this will give you an advantage over the other racers. I'm sure UCI will find a way to ban these soon because they give an unfair advantage.
Well, but here's I don't know if he's coming up that fast. Hey, go ahead, you got the trail. I'm not going to let him go. He's always got better legs than me. But this version we have here is the bigger version. It's basically made of what they call a fake fur. It's got some Velcro straps on. I just went with some plain black ones. Going through their website here, though, they've decided they've got another version of the cat ear. They call it the Cat Ear Pro, and it's not so much an ear cover, but what it does is it goes around the front strap of your helmet. Let me pull up that picture for Brad here. And what they do is there's the Classic, there's a Classic 2, and the Classic Pro. There's 3 different versions, and they're cheap. They're under about $12 to $15.
Wow.
And what they do, and when you get a close-up picture of it, you'll actually, let's see. Internet, how it can be sometimes. Let's see. But basically, these smaller ones, they just go around the front strap of the helmet, and they have a small little layer of fur, very similar to a cat's ear. And what that fur does is actually just... Here we go.
It's a fairing for your ear. Basically.
It's basically what it is. It's redirecting. The air around your ear. And when you look at it on the helmet there, it's just like adding a small little bit of padding, very, very small, onto the helmet strap. One of the side effects of that fur on the strap is it's something soft on your face at the same time. So you don't have that helmet strap digging into your skin on your face or rubbing that area raw on a long day if your helmet strap's loose or whatnot. So it takes up a little bit of that void there. It creates that little like Brad said, a spoiler to redirect the air around your ear, and it weighs nothing. It weighs an ounce or two at the most. So for those guys on their carbon bikes who are worried about an ounce or two, these things weigh nothing. They'll float, then they'll get lost very easy. I think I lost them for about a week because they mixed in with everything else I had. They were so small. They can't go away.
They have Velcro straps on them too, so you can Velcro them around your helmet.
Right. They actually Velcro on, and then they realized that, hey, here, why not add another element of safety? They actually not only have the standard, dark colors, black, ones I have here, but they've got some neon, day glow, orange and yellow now. And if you don't want to go that obnoxious, which, hey, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, they also can sew in a reflective strip onto the standard cover. So you can actually add some reflection to your helmet. So I think by far this is just it's one of those little products that now, sure.
Say, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, you know what? The reality is I did. I was sitting there going, I could have made this. But then when I thought about how much I paid for it versus how much I would have had to put into it to make it, I said, no, you know what? They got it. I'll let them do it. They got it down, and it seems to work. And they got the science behind it. So it's a really interesting, cool product. And like I said, it's not a super warm ear cover, especially if you throw your glasses in there. But I'll tell you what, they're warm enough. I mean, and my ears get really cold. And I've been wearing these, and I said I wear them all the time now. I'm going to be getting a set of the Classics Pro, and be trying those out now that the weather's getting a little warmer, and we'll come back with a follow-up on see how the little guys work versus the bigger ones.
All right, cool. Let's take a break now. We'll be right back. All right, we're back on BikeSport Radio talking about cat ears, on how to protect your hearing, keep your ears warm, and everything with Robert on cat ears. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, so as we were talking about it, like I said, they can do some custom stuff too as well, match your team kit. Give them a call, send them a message. I'm sure they're willing to do it. They're a small kind of mom and pop operation, and their customer service, I mean, my experience with them, when I first did this order, I had no idea I was going to be doing it on the radio. I bought them for myself, and I ordered it, and, it didn't come in. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I sent them a message. I said, I think they went to a wrong address or something. Let's double check. They were on it like that. I mean, they were like, oh, we'll double check. You know what? We got another set in mail out to you now. We're going to take care of it. How often do we really see that nowadays? These people are really standing behind their product.
Made in USA.
Made in Colorado.
Sweet.
So they're cyclists. You go onto their page, who they are, and they'll show you pictures of them. They're avid riders. So this is something they saw they needed. It works. It's inexpensive, and
you local listeners out here in Southern California, you need these because it's been butt cold here.
It's been cold, and this storm coming in. And right now, it's gorgeous outside, but tomorrow we're going to be all layered up again. So if we even get out to ride, but
use them for their secondary use. Don't forget the primary use is going to be to protect your hearing too. So.
Definitely, I think that's one thing we all take for granted. And I'll tell you, I know a lot of us are using earbuds and whatnot, but we're really causing some problems with those, and we need to keep them on the low side, and we got to protect our ears. I never would have thought I was one of those people, and I never believed in earplugs. I never believed my ears are fine. And one day I noticed something changed, and I said, you know what, better jump on that bandwagon quick. So, as a cyclist, we're out there. We don't think we create a lot of wind, but at 10 miles per hour, we create enough noise turbulence to hurt us in the long run. Yeah. So anyways, take a look, cat-ears.com, and check out their page, and give them a call if you're interested in getting a set. All
right, cool. I'll be getting a set myself, so look out, racers. I'm going to know you're coming from behind. All right, thanks, Robert. Cat Ears.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.
Cat Ears, our next product review. And